Alright, welcome back to another packet tracer activity. This is 3.2.1, disabling redundant links to avoid switching loops. So we're going to try to identify and disable some redundant links. So the network engineering department has just recently installed the cabling to provide redundancy within the enterprise network. A 1 gigabit Ethernet connection was installed from the core switch to switch 4, and there was also a fast Ethernet connection installed from switch 3 to switch 4. So we want to identify and disable the redundant links. The redundant links will be managed manually by an administrator. If there's ever an outage and a link goes down, they can reestablish those links, but in the time being we want to shut them down. So we need to determine which port should be disabled so that only one path to each switch is active, and we will prevent a switching loop. So the following requirements have been provided to assist in the decision as to which ports should be disabled. All direct links to the core shall remain active, so all of these are going to stay there. Switches shall utilize the path which has the least number of hops to the core switch. Switches which have identical hops shall utilize the path with the highest cumulative bandwidth, which pretty much means if they can, you want them to go up this one to the core because it's the gigabit line. Everything else is just fast Ethernet. You can see that, and everything else is just fast Ethernet ports. And then we want to disable the furthest from the core switch. So as I'm looking at this, my first thought was to disable this port, cutting off this router right here at this FA0/24 on switch 8, and then FA23 on switch 3. And the way I'm thinking about doing that is if you cut this one, that means switch 5 will have a 1 hop to the core. Switch 8 will have a 1 hop over fast Ethernet and 1 hop over gigabit to the core. And that's the same thing here, 1 hop and then 1 hop and then a gigabit. If you were to slice it right here, switch 8 would have 2 hops, but they'd both be over fast Ethernet, which is going to be slower than 1 fast Ethernet and 1 gigabit. So I'm going to shut down these ports. So this one has, let's see what this one has. So 23, 24. So we're on switch 8. Interface FA0/24. And we have shut that one down. And FA23 on switch 3. And we shut that one down. And we can test connectivity here from PC0. So PC1 IP address is 200.10. So we're getting some requests timed out here. Okay, it was just resetting. So now if we do it again, we'll get all 4 of them. So that looks like that worked. PC2 is, let's see, 200.12. So that one looks good. PC3 is 200.13. Looks good. PC4 is 14, and PC5 down here is 15. So 14, ping's fine, and 15 looks good, so everything's still connected. We can still reach everything around there, but see, these will just go right to the core here, right to the core there, and these jump right there, and these ones are just there in case one of these goes down. Flip one of these back on so you can maintain your connectivity. So if we check our results, first we'll look at the reflection before it flips the screen on us. What are some problems that may be caused by redundant links? The main problem would be a switching loop, where it would just be constantly sending it around and around and around and just chewing up your bandwidth. Some benefits of implementing redundant links are just in case, this interface goes down right here, instead of switch 5 just being out of luck, you can connect this back up and they can all go back to, so PC3 doesn't lose their connection to the rest of the network. So if one goes down, you can always have another one to be the backup. So we'll check our results there, and we have got everything they wanted. So there you go, that is disabling redundant links to avoid switching loops. Thanks.